Hey everyone, welcome back to my little corner of the internet, where we laugh at our own quirks and try to improve ourselves one awkward moment at a time. Today, we're diving into something I like to call brain rot. No, it's not a zombie virus, but it might just feel like your brain is slowly decaying from endless scrolling and digital overload. In this video, I'm sharing the 10 signs that you might be caught in the brain rot trap and what you can do to fight back. So, grab your favorite beverage and get ready for a roller coaster of laughs, self-reflection, and hopefully, a little bit of enlightenment. You know that moment when it's 2 p.m. and instead of feeling productive, you find yourself zoning out like a smartphone on low battery? Yeah, that's your brain on sleep mode. Literal brain rot. I used to think that staring blankly at my computer screen was deep in thought, but let's be honest, it was more like my brain was buffering. Excessive internet use can zap our mental energy, making it hard to concentrate on anything more demanding than watching a cat video. The fix? Step away from the screen, stretch those legs, and maybe even take a power nap. Trust me, your brain will thank you for the reboot. Ever find yourself in a vortex of endless scrolling, just swiping through posts, pictures, and tweets like your life depends on it? Yep, that's called doom scrolling. At first, it feels like a deep dive into the latest trends, but soon enough it turns into a black hole of negativity and distraction. I've been there. One minute I'm checking out a hilarious video, and the next I've spent an hour reading tragic news articles and conspiracy theories. The cure? Replace doom scrolling with something that brings you joy, like a brisk walk, a new hobby, or even dancing like no one's watching. It's all about swapping out the constant influx of negativity for a dose of positivity. Remember that list of goals and responsibilities you made? Well, if your to-do list is starting to look like a scroll of ancient hieroglyphs, chances are your brain's been marinating in too much online chaos. My attention span used to be like a goldfish's memory. I'd start on one task, get distracted by a funny video, and before I knew it, the day was over. The trick here is setting boundaries. Try allocating specific times for work, leisure, and, most importantly, social media. Even a 15-minute break to check notifications is plenty. This way, you regain control over your day and keep your brain from getting lost in the labyrinth of digital distractions. I used to brag about my multitasking skills, like the superhero of productivity, until I realized I was just a hamster on a wheel, trying to juggle emails, texts, and a half-finished online course. Research, and my own embarrassments, show that trying to do too many things at once is a fast track to brain rot. When you're constantly switching gears, your brain gets overloaded and loses its ability to focus. My advice? Embrace monotasking. Pick one task, give it your full attention, and then move on. It might seem old-fashioned, but trust me, your brain's clarity and productivity will skyrocket. Here's a sign that might sting a little. If your idea of socializing means scrolling through memes and liking pictures on Instagram, you might be sacrificing real, face-to-face interactions. Sure, online friends are great, but nothing beats a genuine conversation, complete with awkward pauses and genuine laughter. Excessive phone use can lead to social isolation, sleep issues, and overall decreased well-being. I've found that scheduling regular in-person hangouts, or even joining a club or group, can do wonders for recharging your mental batteries. It's all about finding that balance between digital and real-life interactions. I used to think that spending hours on social media was a form of self-care. After all, wasn't I doing something for my mental health? Turns out, when screen time replaces actual me time, it's just another form of brain rot. Instead of mindlessly scrolling, I started dedicating time to hobbies that truly enrich my soul. Whether it's getting lost in a good book, learning to cook something other than instant noodles, or even meditating. Yes, I did try sitting still for 5 minutes without checking my phone. Shifting your focus to activities that challenge and delight you can be incredibly transformative. Ever feel like your brain is trying to store every useless fact it reads online? You know, like the name of every celebrity's pet or the plot of every rebooted TV show? That's information overload, a clear sign of brain rot. My brain was once a sponge, soaking up every random tidbit from the internet, leaving little room for anything truly meaningful. The solution here is simple. Be selective about what you consume. Curate your feeds. Follow accounts that add value, and consider taking regular digital detoxes. Trust me, a little quality over quantity goes a long way when it comes to nurturing a healthy, sharp mind. Let's be honest. Sometimes our feeds feel like a never-ending horror show. The constant barrage of negative news can leave your mind feeling like it's been through a marathon of despair. I'd often catch myself in a spiral of doom, wondering if the world was ending because my notifications kept buzzing with bad news. While it's important to stay informed, there's a point where you need to pull the plug on the negativity. Set boundaries for news consumption, maybe limit it to certain times of the day, and counterbalance with uplifting content. Follow channels and accounts that inspire hope, laughter, or even just a moment of calm. After all, life isn't all gloom and doom. It's also about finding joy in the little things. If you've ever caught yourself saying things like, "I'm such a loser," or "I'm never going to get this right," while binge-watching yet another viral video, you might be experiencing another symptom of brain rot. Excessive digital consumption can distort our self-image and erode our self-esteem. Here's where mindfulness and self-compassion come into play. Start by recognizing these negative thoughts, then gently challenge them. Replace "I'm terrible" with "I'm learning" or "I'm growing." I even keep a gratitude journal now, jotting down a few things I'm proud of each day. And it's helped me see that I'm more than just my scrolling habits. Finally, if you feel like your brain is just begging for a complete system reboot, like a computer that's been running 24/7 without a break, congratulations, you might be in full-blown brain rot territory. I remember a time when my brain felt like it was covered in digital cobwebs, desperately needing some serious housekeeping. The key here is to allow yourself a genuine reset. Whether that means a weekend digital detox, diving into a new hobby, or even seeking professional help if things feel overwhelming, remember that it's okay to step back and recharge. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is acknowledge that you need help, and then act on it. Now, before you run off and throw your phone into a lake, please don't do that. I need my memes. Let's recap what we've learned. Brain rot isn't just about excessive scrolling or doom-laden news feeds. It's a sign that our cognitive functions, our attention spans, and even our mental health are under siege by digital overload. And while it can feel like an insurmountable challenge, there are steps you can take. 1. Break the scrolling habit. Use your phone intentionally rather than mindlessly. 2. Embrace monotasking. Focus on one task at a time to boost your concentration. 3. Curate your digital diet. Just like you wouldn't eat junk food all day, be mindful of the content you consume. 4. Reconnect in real life. Prioritize face-to-face interactions and genuine connections. 5. Take regular digital detoxes. Give your brain the break it deserves by unplugging periodically. 6. Practice mindfulness. Whether through meditation, journaling, or simply a quiet walk, make time for self-reflection. 7. Be kind to yourself. Replace negative self-talk with affirmations that empower you. I know. This might sound like a lot to take in all at once. But think of it as decluttering your mind, one notification at a time. The next time you feel that familiar tug of digital dependency, try one of these tips. You might be surprised at how refreshing it feels to step back, take a breath, and actually enjoy the world around you. As I wrap up today's deep dive into brain rot, I want you to remember this. Growth and self-improvement are journeys, not overnight fixes. Every little step you take, whether it's a 5-minute break from doom scrolling or a full digital detox weekend, is a victory against brain rot. And hey, if you ever find yourself laughing at the absurdity of it all, that's a sign you're on the right path. And if you're ever in doubt or feel like you need extra support, don't hesitate to reach out to a professional. There's no shame in admitting that sometimes our brains need a little help to reboot. Before I sign off, here's a little challenge for you. This week, try setting one boundary with your digital habits. Maybe it's turning off notifications at dinner or swapping a 30-minute scroll for a 30-minute walk. Small changes can lead to big improvements. Trust me, my brain is still on the mend. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey through the hilariously painful world of brain rot. Remember, we're all in this digital mess together, So let's try to make our brains a little less rotten and a lot more awesome. Stay mindful, stay curious, and most importantly, keep it light. Until next time, take care, keep growing, and don't forget to laugh at the absurdity of it all.